And we're in. Welcome to Rigid versus FillingtheJuan. Rigid as the yellow orc, which pleases my soul. I love that color. With the occultist coming in versus FillingtheJuan, our resident dwarf competitor in this tournament. With the High Hierophant and the blue northwestern bit of this wonderful ancient city. It has seen much bloodshed. It's a very strange layout for a city. It does have all the plazas, but literally no ruins where you could actually think someone might be living here. Except for these little gardens, which are pretty nice. You can always appreciate a nice little resort. Let's see if we're gonna see anything special. Just careful, they might have started a little bit earlier, so we're gonna speed up until we catch up to them. It shouldn't be too long, and there isn't much that we can miss. We're just gonna see both of them going straight in their capping order. Looks like my break was a little bit too long, but I don't want to miss the end of the game in case this is a banger. And oh, this is actually quite a long one. Both basically literally carbon copy of each other's build in terms of capping order. And yep, both of them going for their respective corners. And there we are. Perfect. Didn't miss anything. Let's check if they've done anything fancy. Indeed, on the way back he picked up the tier 2 armor, sold all the focus potions, and has the healing potions equipped. Versus FillingtheJuan, same thing, just with a tier 3 weapon and double orbs. And yep, standard stuff, full on left side with double deep waters. And we also see, yeah, Death Resilience with the good old stuff here. You've seen it, you've known it. It's always good to be. I have no idea where I was going with that sentence. And we had a redemption here for the Bavarian announcer, so I hope you enjoyed that one for at least one game. We're gonna just make it this game. Because some people really get upset by him. Which always makes me laugh. Since I am Bavarian and understand him very nicely. Alright, let's see. So 4 minutes and a half. That's very often where you see competent players go after our Medusas. The question is, are they going to go after each other's Medusas? Oh, we're lagging. Yeah, we're lagging a little bit. So we're going to pause for 1, 2, 3 seconds. To not have any issues on our end. And have a clean game. And there we go, nicely done. Splits off the Medusa so he doesn't take too much unnecessary damage. Gets them one by one. Otherwise he would lose some goblins. And same thing over here. Just with the hero herself. Didn't quite get it as cleanly off, didn't pull it back far enough. But he should be okay. Prioritizes the Stalker here since she's the one with the AoE abilities. Nukes her down nice and quick. Good stuff there, good stuff there. Yeah, nothing special here in terms of build order. It's the setup for the Axe Wielder Rush. More hunting cabins coming out. Looks like I think he's... not quite sure if he did it earlier, but I think this time he got the Stonehold on the 3rd sector, not in the 2nd. So maybe recognize that he was always struggling a little bit with the food here. We do have a Stonecutter in the main for the one Lonely Worker, which is definitely something you can do. For that lovely, lovely rush. Gets his stone post first, I think. Oh, no, pretty equal timing here. Let's see if they meet in the middle. So, a mirror match, despite not having mirrored factions. We have 14 scoundrels, 1 boy with the hero, and 8 axe wielders with her support. So, it's a bit of a micro battle. Cap-wise, these guys are more efficient. And the hero is more potent. And nicely done here. Very nice stun shot. And gets a couple picks for nothing in return. Rigid just trying to pump out scoundrels for the time being. We are up to 3 Stoneholds. I think not all of them are completed. But let's see where this game takes us. It's a very even map right now. And upgrades it early here. I would assume we have the Risen QuadroX already finished, indeed. It is at the 6.5 minutes, so we're gonna see some very early hunters coming up. The War Pit, on the other hand, isn't finished yet. Lacking the wood for that, so probably the first hunter's gonna come in at the 8.5 minute mark, which is still pretty good timing. Oops, that went in the wrong direction, but let's have a nice clean battle here. Get up in the action. Neither of them level 5 yet, and all the creeps have been cleared, so it's all down to who kills the most enemy units to get that level 5 first. As usual, not that important for the occultist as it is for the Hierophant, but it's still definitely not something you don't want. Gets a beautiful leech here, hits almost the entire dwarven army. And now we need to be very careful here. If he starts losing axe wielders, we've seen it time and time again. If you start losing axe wielders with that strategy, the economy of the Orc Empire will outpace you very, very quickly. But did get out in relative decent time. I think he lost... How many did he lose? Not too many. Mole Rider and 3 axe wielders, so could have been worse. Unfortunately, he didn't really get much damage done. So Rigid in a pretty good position. This time he's back to his usual ways of floating a little bit too much food while not having the wood to support all of his actions. And FillingtheJuan is working on just getting the hunting cabins up.
A nice Heisel is fertig.
To pump out more axe wielders. Might get a Charburner relatively soon. There we go, indeed. So all is in order here. So we're up to 17 axe wielders now. Versus 32 gobos.
Respekt.
Juan is a little bit closer to the level 5, but not by much. So it's still gonna take quite a while. And that might be all the time the Orc needs to get out the hunters. Do we see a bait and switch here? So he just managed to burn Rigid's teleport here. So if Juan now would teleport over here and then hit one of these other bases, he might not be able to respond in time. And really needs to deny the iron income. Otherwise the hunters are gonna be out of control very soon. And then he needs to learn from his earlier mishappenings and play very, very safe with the Hierophant. You can dodge the pull. It has a little bit of a cast time. So it's not impossible to miss it. Against a very good player with good ping, it is pretty hard, but definitely doable. Ooh, very nice bleed here. And wonderful pull. Goblin Swarm. Blocks them all off. Oh, but they do get out. And that's a massive bleed on the entire dwarven front. And gets another bleed off. And a leech. That's a lot of magic damage. And a couple dwarfs down. And now he just needs to keep him busy until the economy kicks in. He is producing hunters. Up to 3 by now. Versus Juan's only axe wielder 25 in this one. And Brutus thinking, can't make his mind up if he likes the delayed level 5 or not on this specific map. It is... You kind of get rewarded for the early aggression if you go for your enemy's Medusas, but if you mess the timing up, then you might get pressured off and then you lose some of your own XP, so it's a gamble. So maybe we just need to see more scouting in the early game. With the dedicated scout, you get like 1 extra, put it down here so you keep tabs on your enemy, and if he doesn't do it quick enough, you can jump it. If he does it, you just have to go play the level 4 game. So hint hint community, go do some scouting. It could actually prove worthwhile. 6 hunters, 31 axe wielders, and they are pretty cheap. It's only 4 for a Mole Rider as opposed to the 6 for the axe wielder, and he is faster than their stunty little brethren. But this is where the danger territory begins.
fertig.
Yep, 7 hunters. Not all of them are there yet. But I don't think Juan has his leveled up armor. No, he does not. Oh, that's a nice one. But here come the fire bombs. That's a nice one. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, massive value. Look at all the goblins going down. Really nice play there by Juan.
Arbeiter werden angegriffen.
Hunters are on the case now. He needs to like split off some of these axe wielders and just sick them on the hunters. Oh, and he goes down. Not quick enough on a pull-out game there. So despite having a lot of goblins going down, he donates level 5 to his opponent. And this is a stone hole as well. Up to 9 hunters by now. This is going to be pretty tricky for Juan here. And we haven't seen a similar opener like... we didn't see him pressure the wood of the orc. Like we saw in Cheese versus Akko Kazam. So our orc player was not interrupted in his economy build at all. So the hunters are out, up and early in full force. And will actually get the frontier outpost down. So that's a pretty big loss. Blood-like tar coming up. Yeah, he's gonna go for some side sectors, try and force a teleport backwards so he can teleport back and grab his iron sectors again. I wonder if Rigid might not even take the bait and just go for like a production sector or something. He could do that. It is a lot of resources here. So it looks like he either ignores it for the time being or he has no announcer telling him about it. Yep, tries to delete some buildings, didn't see it in time. But he doesn't care much because he got the more valuable sector. And that is indeed the tricky part.
Unsere armen Bauern hat's erwischt.
The armer Bauern hat's erwischt indeed. And nice and early teleport, so... Oh, nice firebomb, but the hunters are on the case again. Level 5 for the girl yet. Now he just needs to play around it. So there comes a big barrage. Ooh, massive value, but so many dwarfs going down. And here comes the pull. And he's dead again. Rest in peace. Our little Hierophant girl. You really kind of have to bait that. It's very hard to actually spot him doing the pull animation, but you can miss it. Just, I don't think it's instant. It's almost instant, but not quite. So if you keep moving, there's a chance that you miss it. But you really gotta be careful. Tough times for the dwarf.
Wir haben unser Bevölkerungslimit erreicht.
Yeah, the economy is too strong. Let's see if Filling can salvage this in any kind of set, but it doesn't look like it. We'll basically have triple the amount of pop cap here for the orc.
Unser Basis wird angegriffen.
So you really need to pressure the orc early. Otherwise, the snowball is rolling once he knows what he's doing.
Ein Heisel ist fertig. A gnade Wiesen.
Now here comes the barrage, which is gonna be nice, but okay, really needs to like get the pull right. Very careful. It's dangerous to stay for the stun there. If you can target down the hunters here, that would be pretty good. Oh, he's going back in, but 1 second cooldown on the barrage. Big barrage, but pulled, and I think that's a resign from Juan. GG, well played. Rigid is advancing. Smork indeed. Yeah, it's a very strong base that you do have to interrupt it early. It is brutally strong at the moment. And if you mess up once with your hero, he's pretty dead. You need to immediately pull him out as well. And you need to sick some of those axe wielders. You just need to ignore the goblins You just go after the hunters and try and keep their numbers down as much as possible. Otherwise, if you just focus on the front line, it's not gonna work that well for you, as we've just seen. An overview of the stats. GG. We'll see you soon.